Hello everyone, another day of Advent of Code and another puzzle to do. Today I start a bit late, but it doesn't matter. And let's go to the puzzle. I just read the puzzle when I noticed that I didn't start recording, so I just read the puzzle and I did create the empty project. Right, so I have just an empty project with anyhow added, but the puzzle is basically that we are playing paper, scissors, rock, and the first column is what my opponent played. The second thing is what I should play due to some best strategy to maximize my score. For some reason, I don't exactly follow the idea here. Maybe to be not win all the time. Anyway, what I want to do to calculate total score, and the total score is based on if I win or lose, and if I win it's 6 points, if I draw it's 3 points, if I lose it's 0 points, and additionally I have additional score for playing particular shapes. So it's like what was it that 1 for rock, 2 for paper, 3 for scissors, right? So this is the idea, and here's A is A rock, B paper, C scissors, and then Y is the same thing. Y is rock, paper, X is rock, and Z is scissors, and we need to basically calculate the outcome. Okay, so let's go coding. And what do we start with? We want to pass input, and we will try not to do silly mistakes like yesterday. We just take a piece of code here, probably, because I'm lazy to hit those keystrokes. Main function, yeah, I need main. It does nothing. And I want my input. What is my input? My input is series of games, I assume. Do it like not to distract. Okay, and I would have some enum shape. Oh, paper, scissors. Okay, and front would be okay. Will do. I want vector of runs. I like this. And now I have my lines. Then what do we do? I map the line. Every line is around, right? So line. This goes away. How do I do this? So I want to have a line. Now I want to split the line. Let's check. So there's a split function on string. I don't remember it. So let's go to here. There would be a split function, right? Split. I just use token. It splits me into what? Into an iterator, which is good. I always expect to start. Okay, so how I do that? Let's split line, split. And this I don't even want to collect. I would let's one is line is split next unwrap. Oh, okay, oh sorry, it's like, I guess, okay, or else, and then I will anyhow, I will just anyhow. And this returns me a custom anyhow error, which is kind of built from string, but it's not exactly a string, it's a bit smarter one. Like, good enough error handling solution for me right now. No, I no enemy. Like, and that's good enough, I guess. I want to. I think here I want to return results because it doesn't know what error do I return. Yeah, like, let me do this, and let me do this. I don't want my errors because it distracts me. Type annotation, yeah, it doesn't know what I do return here yet, but it would figure it out soon. No, my play. This thing, actually, I don't even do that. I match on that. And player one is, let's go here, ABC. A is rock, B, okay, so let's go. I assume this is case sensitive to make it easier. I like the thing like use shape all a little bit of a trick, so I can just do rock. So what I did here, I can import the symbols from the enumeration into the scope. So those symbols, which are values of the enumeration, are like kind of like constants. I don't like to do this like on very global scopes because it's often like drowns the symbol space into some enum values waters, and it's not very, I mean, I don't like putting this much random stuff in global line space, but doing in very limited scope where I use the enumeration makes it easier to read, to me at least, so I like this. Just a little bit of a trick. Player 2 will do the same. No, that's wrong. In this case, I need to do bail. Bail is something like anyhow, except bail or immediately returns an error, and anyhow just creates the error value. So yeah, very similar thing. It's just I do bail if I want early return. I use anyhow if I just want to, I don't know, create an error, map an error, something like that. So yeah, that's good. And then X was rock, I believe. Then Y is paper, and then the scissors, and then anything else is okay. It's okay, and then I return around. That. That's okay, and I want this to be a result, so I need to okay wrap it. Okay. As it obviously can fail, and now split as mutable. Yeah, if I want to iterate the next function on iterator, it takes the iterator by mutable borrow because it moves it, right? So I need this to be mutable to do it this way. If I iterate over it, I don't need it to be mutable because I most likely would just take ownership of it and eat whole iterator. So yeah. You do not often do that, honestly, to iterate something by hand, but why I do this because I expect there to be only 2 elements. If there are any more elements, what I could even do here, I could do like split is empty, I think, right? Is empty on the iterator. I can basically check if there is anything there. Right. Sorted is partitioned. Okay, what I can do, for sure I can do next is sum, and if that I can do fail unexpected. So I just know there would be 2 elements, and there is no reason to allocate a vector for that. It's like very like optimization. Another approach is just to allocate it to vector. It is not this heavy. I mean, it's just my wiredness here that I want to avoid this, and then just index it, and it might be even easier. But doesn't matter here. I just take player by player. It's okay. And then what I do here, I just collect it. Another little trick is here that you can notice that I collect this, but collect, I typically use collect to collect something to collection. Like you can collect iterator to vector. And if you take a look at this map maps my lines into some result of runs. So you could expect that if you collect into, for example, vector of results, right? But there is a nice thing which works basically with every iterator and every container, that if you have an iterator of results, instead of collecting it into collection of results, you can collect it into result of collection. And how does it work is that if all collection items, all iterator items are okay, you just collect into okay value of the result containing your final unwrapped items in the collection, right? The collection of unwrapped items. On the other hand, if any of the elements would be an error variant of the result type, it would return the error variant instead of the whole collection with the first failure, basically first item to failure. So it's kind of lazy, and if the error occurs, it would not process the whole bunch of other items of the iterator. Okay, so this is a little bit of simple trick as often. This kind of transposes those types automatically. Okay, so we have this this done. Now what I would do, because the thing here, that the whole how it's called, the puzzle is very structured. So I would do implement shape actually, and points, because every shape has points. Here I would do one thing. I would derive a clone copy. Yeah, I mean, for puzzle maybe it doesn't matter, but this you don't want to ever move this thing because it's cheaper to be copied than pass by borrow. Basically, if type a small like integer, or it contains 1 integer, I don't remember the threshold. It's, when it's cheaper to pass an item than borrow, but for sure, like simple enumeration with no additional data passed is better to be copied every time. And I'm pretty sure that set of 2 of them would be also beneficial to be copied. Also, in case I would need to debug, I mean, adding debug is always a good idea. Okay, let's leave that this way. How many points I can have? I am working with you 128. I don't think we would ever need this big types for advert of code, because the trick is that it almost never keeps this big answers, this big immediate values, unless it wants you to do some like optimization tricks. But I am using this because it's almost native for most platforms. I mean, it's cheap. U64 is another idea, but let's check point values for our your opponent will choose. So it's rock 1, 2, 3. Okay. Okay. Now I would go with. I would do this very, very, as it would be production ready. So very the outcome of the game is another. For a puzzle, I could just use U8 for that, but let's make it like properly. Player 1 is always maybe even rename it is enemy. And here's me. I think that I misspelled it. It's me. Yeah. Okay. So outcome is win, lose, draw. Easy. And I want to implement like maybe not very puzzle-like solution, because in puzzle-like you would not write this much boilerplate. You would just go with integers and so on. But yeah, why not? What is an outcome of the run? And I don't want points right now. I want outcome only. And what is it? I would match on pair. This is another trick that you sometimes people embed match or something like this. Basically, we can match on pair like self me, self enemy, right? And I can do it like one in one. Okay, let's accept git copilot or that, and let's just review that. Okay, that's the first thing I see. Rock is draw. Me rock, he paper, I lose. Me rock, he scissors, I win. Good. 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 Me scissors 0. Me, yeah, seems okay. What I would do here, obviously, because I would use shape. Everything, I would use outcome. Everything, because I am just wasting time. I could use for my solution, but it's me. Also, it's me recording, and I don't know why I do that. So I'm sorry, because I lose way more time than that I need to. And I could also just learn my Vim, so I could do this like quickly. But and the last thing I want function points from person outcome, like really over complicated. Win gives me 6 points. Lose gives me 0 points. Draw gives me 3 points due to rules. And now I need points. No way I would do that. I would just do self outcome points plus self me points. Fabulous. Now, let's go with my function part 1. I guess that's it. Copilot did good. Maybe. And no unwrapping. We do it properly. Okay. I guess it's wrong. Because, I mean, I think too many typos could be happening here. But let's try. Where am I? In wrong spot. Day 2. Calgon test in 15. What's expected result? 15. Good. Let's download it. Not here, here. And let's try it. And it's this. One gold star. Can't believe that. The elves finished in happy intent, blah blah. Total score is still calculated the same way, but now you need to figure out what shape to choose so the run ends as indicated. What? The second column meaning changes. It's unfortunate because now I need to. Okay. To figure out what. Okay. If Adrant, you will defeat your. Okay. Okay, so I get. So because I am like I don't like to have misleading names. I would change things a bit. So me I would have another enum here. And my enum is like hint, because it's a hint, and the hint is X, Y, or Z. So this is what I read, and I got only a hint. Yeah, I obviously need to do refactor the first part because I am time waster. But let's make it more fun. And now there's a problem, kind of. This is outcome. How would I do that? I need to tell one how to read this outcome. Okay. I would add a flag here. Oh, okay. And it would be part 1. Cool. This is no how you are supposed to do so. So how do you read the outcome? Here's a hint. Sorry for those noises, but it's afternoon and my kids are kids. And on hints, I want to implement part 1 map, let's say, and it gives you back a shape. I hope you'll see what it's. I think I cannot use self in this context. Use a shape, whatever. No. It's rock, scissors, and paper. No, rock, paper. A second paper, scissors. That's fine. And on part 1 outcome, so if, let's say, if part 1, this is almost like this, except it's not self me, it's self me part 1 map. Basically, it's one-to-one mapping. And here it's outcome and it points. It's not how you do that, really. Points, but outcome. Points part 1. Because, yeah. For now, let's leave this way. I think it should be done better. My points. It's my part 1 map points. And we have, and this should work for first. I'm sorry. Okay. Okay, it's got result is good. Looks good. And now let's think about part 2 a bit. My outcome has my hint has different mapping bits. Hard to map. It maps to outcome. Oh, I see that's GitHub learned my way. GitHub upload. X is win, right? Let's double check it. X is lose. Y is draw. Z means win. So just the other way. And now what I need to do is for shape fn deduce basing on whatever I am and what expected outcome is. So what I do, I match over 7 expected. Okay, it's not so smart. And I return self. So if enemy plays a rook, sorry, enemy plays a rock, right? Okay. And I place a rock and I want to win, so I play paper. Exactly this way. And he's yeah. And that's the way. Copilot, you see, Copilot is good thing. It just solve a thing for you. I would never figure this out. Okay, this way. And now what I want to do, okay, I have the deuce in round. I don't want this. This is just calculating outcome and it should always base on part 1 map. Because yeah, I cannot have outcome the other way. It would just never be called from part 2, I guess. I want my okay. I think I even think I would do a bit more here. I would move this whole thing here, and outcome with the over shape itself is me. He's enemy. This would be like this. Okay, it's better. And part 1 is self dot my play part 1 map dot outcome basing on enemy points exactly this way, and I would add on this okay. Let's check it should work. 15. Okay, it works. And now for it's part 2, and this is a bit different. Here I have self dot me dot part 2 map. It's in shape that you right, and then it's like self enemy. I need to deduce my play, and this is expected outcome, and I want points. Outcome, let's Roman. It's this. Plus outcome points. It's spelled. Okay, just like this. Let's see. I deduce my play based on opponent's play, right? And what is expected? I calculate the points of my play and I add the outcome of the play. So part 2. And part 2. I assume. Okay. 12 is expected. Okay. Okay. I expect logarithm because I will not always not. And another goal stuff. One thing I would actually change this when I think about that. Let's go this way. I will take this because this is like function. I mean, function per solution anyway, and it's one-liners basically. I would just inline them here. It's not self here. Something went wrong when it. I want to substitute this. And I don't have self me, it's rand me. I think that this very function is overkill. And then this is two-liner, but still I would just go this way. I always do that. This way. And it's rand, rand, rand. And then I don't need the simple block. Yes. Okay, this is the solution. Probably could be a bit easier. I would actually change this for part 1. It is shape. For part 2, it is outcome. Okay, in normal circumstances, I might even implement those into traits and so on, but yeah, it's still a puzzle. Yeah, I try to maintain kind of production ready code, but let's be reasonable. Right. Yeah, it's that. It's the whole solution. I will push it to my GitHub. One thing I want to mention about yesterday's solution, I was looking at the proper function when I was showing you about the how to do it a fault, and I was looking at group by, and I was like, yeah, but I still cannot make those groups with this function because I got an idea, but a colleague of mine actually proposed the solution for that little code, and you can group by on the fact if the element is empty string. So maybe let's go to the solution of day 1 to show what they say. So here it is that if we had an empty line here, we basically perform action of starting the new buffer and put other buffer on the vector, right? We pushed it, but we could, instead of doing that, we could group by it those lines by the fact if the string is empty, and it would create groups where the first group would be the calories information for the first elf, and the second group would be empty group of single empty string, and then we would have, you know, this alternating things, and then you would have this. What you would do then, you would filter out the groups which contains only empty strings, and then you would have just groups of, you know, of calorie trees, and that would be how you approach it with group by. If you didn't watch yesterday's video and you don't have a clue what I'm talking about, you need to go there and see. But yeah, this group by was a good lead. why the only reason I don't like it is you need to depend on another not so trivial crate, so you need to depend on ether tools, which I don't always want to include in my project, and for this simple scenario I would probably not include it, but yeah, it's idea. Okay, thank you, see you tomorrow, and yeah, bye.